Chief X at you with this common sense science. Again, check this out. This is how you know the ancient Egyptians wasn't black. When the Muslim Arabs conquered Egypt, they basically laid siege on Egypt and the different cities in Egypt. It wasn't too much fight back. Egypt was broken down at that point and pretty much just kind of surrendered. So Egypt changed political hands and it changed religiously and became an Islamic state in a sense. They later raided Nubia. They didn't conquer or lay siege to Nubia. They fought initially and got pushed back and left them crazy motherfuckers alone, shooting arrows like a motherfucker, and left them alone. Trip. This how you know the Egyptians ain't black. I was just adding a little extra shit. Because the Arabs didn't enslave Egyptians. They enslaved Nubians. From the time of the Arab conquest of Egypt up until 1900s, they were slave raiding all in Nubia, aka Sudan. The Nuba people in the mountains was always running from slave raiding. The Shilluk always running in slave raiding going on. And the Nubians. They're all fucking Nubians to me, just different major tribes. They weren't enslaving no Egyptians because the Egyptians wasn't black. Them Arabs, it was enslaving nappy-headed black folk, tightly coiled haired black folk, not Egyptians. That's how you know for a fact that the Egyptians wasn't black. If you don't know about the Arab slave trade and who they was taking, they wasn't taking no Egyptians. They wasn't taking no North Africans. Only nappy-headed people and Nubians. Oh, I love when I stomp y'all. Get past that one. Now, I know people gonna create some history and exaggerate it as if it was the norm. But if you find something, it's a anomaly. It's a rare thing or a small portion of people, or maybe a certain time it may have happened to somebody. But let's stop playing. Egyptians didn't get enslaved because they wasn't black folk. Nubians was getting raided, fighting war. They was trying to kill and kidnap. They wasn't doing that in Egypt. They were just sieging, laying siege, and taking over major cities. It was a few dust-ups, but that wasn't what went down when the Arabs conquered Egypt. But when they came to Nubians, they considered them wilder, and they was enslaving them. They've been slave raiding all through Nubia or Sudan or whatever you want to call it, from that time period, late 600s, all the way up to 1900. Matter of fact, throughout North Africa, the Tuareg, just in 1925 they stopped. But it still goes on. They still got black slaves, the Tuaregs, in the desert. Egyptians wasn't black. They wasn't getting enslaved. And you fucking know it.